Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 28 of the 31 Days of Horror. DBougie86 here again. Now, the film I got for you guys today is a film from 1982, yes. And this one was a first-time watch. I was actually had this one in the collection for a while. And the good thing about these 31 Days of Horror, you get to go through a lot of films from your back catalog and from your collection. And this is one I wanted to check out for the longest time. And that, of course, is the last horror film. This film is also known as Fanatic. So if you don't know about this film actually stars for the third parent, Joe Spinell from Maniac, and of course, numerous other films with Caroline Munro, who also starred with him in Maniac and also Luigi Cozzi's Star Crush. So very interesting that they did like 3 films together. I know that they were like very close friends in real life, so that is cool stuff that they actually did a few films besides one notable one anyways, because I do actually enjoy all 3 of these films, spoiler alert. Now the main plot of this one is Joe Spinell's character, Vinny, is like this, wants to become a director, and he is very fascinated with this one actress, Janet Bates, who's played by Caroline Munro. He wants her to be in his film. So what ends up happening is Vinny actually takes a trip to the Cannes Film Festival, and it ends up me not trying to meet up with Janet. And what ends up happening is a lot of Janet's entourage is being murdered off, and Vinny's like becoming like obsessive with her and following her around as this is going on. So it's pretty much trying to find out the mystery. Is Vinny actually doing the murders? That is pretty much the main plot of the film without going way too crazy into it. Now, my thoughts on this film. This film is very 80s feel. Maniac, when Caroline Munro and Joe Spinell first did it in the 80s, was very like still like serious, had kind of like that late 70s tone still to it. This film is full-blown 80s at its best because it has like this great 80s soundtrack to it, which is pretty fucking awesome. And it has like a very sleazy aspect to it too, because there is a lot of nudity in this film because they're in Cannes, so there's a lot of topless beaches going on and naked girls walking around and stuff. And I gotta say, Joe Spinell is terrific in this film. His character as Vinny, as this cab driver who wants to become a director, and his fantasies, he actually sees like a mirror image of himself in like these dreams where he's like a high-class director and stuff, and with an Oscar and stuff. And it's very interesting to see Spinell play off himself in these certain scenes, because it's very great because he's playing like a different version of the same character. And it's just a very spellbinding moment, and I really love how this film was shot, because if you know that most of the Cannes footage is actually from guerrilla filmmaking. They didn't actually have permission to actually film there. They just filmed what they could, and it looks fucking great because it blends in with the rest of the picture and stuff. And a lot of like cool color tones and tinges that really set up like great shots and stuff. And a lot of cool like kill scenes. I'm not gonna really spoil them. Kind of like some of them are off camera though, but some of them, especially there's one at the end that's pretty fucking awesome, I have to say. That's all I'm gonna give away, but it's pretty fucking awesome. Yeah, there's a little cheesiness in this film though. You could tell this was an 80s film because of its cheese factor. There is a certain few scenes in the film with like certain characters that are pretty cheesy of its time. So really fun stuff. I did like Caroline Munro in this film though, even though her character's kind of like screaming and like becoming like a paranoid thing throughout the film, because we find out like if she's actually trying to do this for a publicity stunt for her new film, which is a horror film. So it kind of goes back and forth with that subplot for a while in the film also. But I did enjoy this, man. It's probably my least favorite of the pairing of Spinell and Munro, but it's still fucking enjoyable as all hell. If I had to rate the last horror film, I'm going to give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. And I do recommend you guys grab the 88 Films edition of this, because the transfer on it is pretty solid. There is a few scenes that were taken from like the VHS and you do lose a little quality of it, but the picture is perfect for the most part. And from what I heard from like reviews of the Troma release of this, this is the one to go. It actually does have a lot more special features, including interview with Carolyn Munro, which is pretty cool. And if you didn't own the Maniac like triple 2-disc edition, it also has that short film, what's it called? Maniac 2, Mr. Robbie, which is with Joe Spinell as like this clown character. It's also on that Maniac edition. If you didn't have that one, it's on this edition. So cool stuff. So yeah, really great release from 88 Films. Really great company, and this is region free, so go get it. Awesome shit right here. Last horror film, wicked awesome. Alright guys, that's it for this review. I'll be back tomorrow as usual for day 29. The days keep on coming and they're getting smaller, so I'll see you then guys. Peace out.